Marhaban, it's me Diana, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about my 2024 goals. So this video is going to try to be out by the 26th of December. If not, it's out either earlier or later, and so be it. My life has been hectic lately, so genuinely bear with me. So I want to just jump into the goals. For Spanish, I want to go to B2 and then near C1 if I don't get to C1 and finish advanced Spanish. I feel like these are kind of like my big goals aside from tutoring A1 to B1 Spanish, because I'm at the point where I'm starting to have Spanish convos in my head. I'm starting to talk to people. I'm to the point where I literally don't want to physically speak English if I'm in a situation where I know I can use Spanish. So that's good. I want to watch 20 episodes of TV, read 5 books, and start doing Spanish convos with only native speakers. I feel like if they're native speakers, it will just give me the upper hand and pick up some of their colloquialisms when it comes to the language. And so I know a lot of Latin American folks and Mexican people and Puerto Rican people, and so it's going to be easier for me to pick up those dialects versus the Spanish dialect or the Equatorial Guinean dialect of Spanish. And so I just want to make that apparent that Latin American Spanish is kind of the Spanish I'm really basing myself off of, even though I do know some Castilian Spanish. Um as for German, I want to get to A2 and then get to B1. I think B1's feasible for next year. Play two video games in German, and read 50 news articles, and develop a playlist with at least 50 songs. And I do want to near B2. I don't really have any general speaking goals right now until I get better. Because right now, I'm A1.5, and I need to jump over to that A2 hurdle. And I practiced speaking earlier this month, and I could really only talk about language learning, and I kind of want to delve outside that realm when it comes to doing it. So yeah, kind of want to branch out with more topics in German before I can put a speaking goal down. For French, I want to get to a B1, listen to 4 different podcast channels and understand 75% of them. I want to understand a good chunk of the podcasts I'm listening to in French. Watch and view Olympic and Paralympic highlights in French, because the Olympics and Paralympics are going to be in Paris. And so that's also a goal of mine. And I do want to tutor A1 French. I feel like I could tutor A1 French because I did pass beginner level French in university, but I dropped myself back down to an A2 because I didn't really feel like I was really truly a B1 at all. For Hebrew, I want to get to A2, listen to podcasts, reread Torah in Hebrew, which is going to be major for me. Um, finish the Duolingo course. I think I can do that. Honestly, if I finish the Duolingo course, I should be A2, maybe B1. And possibly get to B1. I feel like at least having a B1 level in Hebrew for now would be really good for me. I'm starting to understand basic conversation, and so I'm super grateful for that. And it's because of Duolingo in my textbook. Um, so for Arabic, I want to get to A2. I want to read and write Arabic, which I did get a resource for that yesterday at the time of filming this video. Watch TV with English or Spanish subtitles. This is why I want to talk about laddering, because I want to use Spanish subtitles to help me understand Spanish, but also ladder when it comes to other foreign languages. I want to mention this later specifically. Um, possibly get to a B1 level, and I want to finish the Duolingo Arabic course. Considering the Arabic course is shorter than the Hebrew course, I feel like I could complete the Arabic course with ease. Um, the next language is Swahili. I want to get to A2 and then get to B1. I want to finish Duolingo and finish 2 textbooks. I have the physical copy of the Teach Yourself, and I have PDF files of colloquial and living language. So finishing 2 textbooks shouldn't be that difficult for me. And then find Swahili media and watch 2 shows with 12 episode minimum, so 24 episodes total. I feel like that's good enough to start off with. And honestly, I feel like that's an okay goal for Swahili. I do want to at least have conversational fluency in an African language because I feel like that's important to have and to be able to teach either English or Spanish through Swahili. I feel like that would be really important and give access to resources for those who need them, and that's important to me overall. As far as Turkish goes, I want to dabble monthly, approximately, finish Duolingo, and finish my elementary Turkish book. Those are just 3 vague goals I feel like I could complete approximately 6 months into this and into this new year, and I honestly feel like it's gonna be okay. um Italian, I do want to get to an A2 level, work on journaling twice a month, finish Teach Yourself and the Living Language, get to B1, and finish half the Duolingo course. I feel like these are all achievable, honestly. Um, and I want to be doing more Italian Duolingo, even if it's unrecorded time, just because I want to get better with it. And I want to be able to hold a decent conversation in Italian. And so that's a goal. For Russian, I do want to finish half of my living language book, study and dabble monthly, and find a regular practice partner. I want to at least find a practice partner for Russian so it's easier for me to stay motivated with the language. Um, and I feel like I can finish half a living language within that time period. For Korean, I want to achieve A2, journal approximately 15 times next year, watch Korean media 30 times, get to B1, get into Korean music with a playlist of 75 with a minimum of 75 songs. And I've been wanting to get into Korean music like K-pop, K-rock, etc. So that's important, and I do want to find a practice partner for Korean as well. For Japanese, I want to go back to B1, work on kanji, and have 1300 down, communicate in Japanese, find 7 animes or TV shows to watch, find more Japanese music with a playlist of 45 song minimum, and maybe get to B2. I feel like B2 is a little bit of a stretch, but I think for sure I can get back to B1. Um, Portuguese, which I really want to study Portuguese. I want to start with Spanish to Portuguese for Duolingo. Have a textbook and go through it. Get to A2, find a practice partner, do 10 journals, make a playlist of 35 songs or more, and maybe get to a B1 level. I feel like getting to a B1 level in Portuguese is honestly doable, considering I am probably going to hit B2 within the first half of 2024 in Spanish, and then I want to go up to B1 in French. I'm almost for sure about that. So I feel like it would be easy. Um, And I put another language on here, ASL or American Sign Language. I want to start signing, dabbling in Braille, practice ASL, and get to a A2 or B1 level in ASL. I feel like ASL is important, and I want to make a video like I did for Arabic on why I'm doing it in like an intro video as to why I want to learn ASL, but for a brief information, I almost went deaf when I was a child, and so I feel like it's important for me to learn ASL in case I do eventually lose my hearing again. And so I feel like ASL is just super important in that aspect. And as for other langs, I want to read my Wolof book, which I posted about a while ago. Um, dabble in Haitian Creole and finish the course for Haitian Creole on Duolingo. Dabble in Zulu. Finish the Dine Duolingo course. Dabble in Indonesian and Tagalog. Start my Hindi book again. Hindi is a bit of a stretch here. That's if I can get some of my other non Roman scripted languages leveled up a bit. And I will start Hindi Duolingo with that as well. I just felt really inspired after trying Indian food to actually learn Hindi again. And I know food just inspired me, but fuck it, right? And Hindi is a beautiful language. I've always wanted to learn Hindi anyways, and so like to have that spark come back to me is just beautiful. I might dabble in other languages throughout the year. Um Notice I didn't really have Lithuanian or Vietnamese down. They're going to be languages I dabble in, and also several other languages I want to just simply dabble in. I'm still going to work on Ojibwe, and I feel like Ojibwe is just more of a personal journey, so I'm not really going to post much about that. But when I do post about it, I will give y'all some updates. But yeah, that is my 2024 language goals video. And for those who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. And if you don't, I hope you have a happy holidays. And I will see you in my next video. Um, yeah, salam.